continues.
Well, he's been called Milwaukee's Jerry Maguire, the marketing rep for some of sports' biggest names.
Last May, he had a ringside seat for Donald Driver's championship performance on Dancing with the Stars. New at 10, Jason Newton introduces us to the man who did the legwork that landed Driver on the show.
The new champion of Dancing with the Stars!
Donald Driver has become a household name. And not for the reasons he had planned. His rise beyond the football field has been well documented, but the work behind the scenes has not. 2 seasons of trying to get Donald a spot on the show, 2 seasons of marketing Mambo with Brian Lammi taking the lead.
It was definitely crazy.
Brian Lammi produces success from his small office in downtown Milwaukee.
I would fly to LA that morning and then fly back on a red eye and try to sleep on the plane and then, go to work the next day.
2, 3, change.
Driver on the West Coast, Randall Cobb in West Bend, all in a day's work for Lammi Sports.
I do feel this awesome responsibility of working with these guys, and it's the only brand they're going to have for the rest of their life.
Not an agent, Lammi's team works to match clients with causes and advertisers.
With Donald, as an example, he's a spokesperson for Goodwill, and he's believed strongly in that organization, and I think there's similar, similar stories in both of those brands.
It's work that happens at a frenetic pace.
And I want you to meet Donald afterwards.
Donald Driver.
Back in April, we saw him in action, set to unveil Driver's Driven to Achieve National Award Program.
One of those deals where it's been in the works for a while?
It has been. We've definitely been talking about it for, at least 6 months now.
Half a year compared to the decade plus he's spent representing athletes.
I still remember when I was 22 years old, first week on the job at another sports company, I went up for Brett Favre to sign like 20 footballs for the company that I was working with. And I think my hand was shaking as I was lifting the boxes over at Lambeau Field.
Even as a rookie, the roster he worked with was an all-star cast. He ventured out on his own in 2001.
I had one client, and he was the guy.
Quarterback Brad Johnson was fighting for his job in Tampa.
And he just said, trust me, we're going to make this work. It'll be a good decision. And I did trust him.
It paid off. Johnson won a Super Bowl, but it was a call made after the 2003 Pro Bowl that landed him client number 2.
I made him drive down in a snowstorm from Milwaukee to Green Bay. And my wife, after that day, when he left the house, my wife said, babe, you got to sign with him. Sign with him today. I said, no, I'm going to let him sweat a little bit. Let him drive all the way back to Milwaukee in the snowstorm, and we'll talk about it later.
That talk turned the deal, and now Lammi's got an impressive A-list. Milwaukee Brewers standout Ryan Braun and Packers favorites Jordy Nelson, Jermichael Finley, and of course Donald Driver. Every element of client development, every line, every action, every decision scripted.
We definitely want to try to maximize as much as we can, and it's usually a pretty finely tuned schedule.
Beautiful day in Milwaukee.
Maximizing time here without minimizing time at home.
My wife has a rule that I'm not allowed to be on the phone when I walk in the house. Now, if I get calls at the house, which invariably happens, that she's okay with.
Part of the family now is Driver.
We built a great relationship, and that's why he's going to always be a good friend of mine, and going to be a brother.
A message Driver made clear in his retirement speech.
But one person I have to thank truly for putting me out there in the community is a good friend of mine, Brian Lammi.
It was a huge honor. I was humbled, I was flattered, but completely surprised.
Completely surprised by his own winning season.
See ya, y'all be good.
I asked Brian Lammi if his sports marketing firm had not taken off, what would he be doing with himself? Well, he says his dream job was to become a school teacher by day, basketball coach by night, but at this point, he's living a whole new dream. Back to you.